Hi, my name's Stacey and I'm one of the midwives at Kettering Hospital. I'm now going to talk to you about the second stage of labour. So the second stage of labour is from 10 centimetres dilated or fully dilated up until the point that your baby is fully delivered, when they're fully born. So with the second stage of labour, again, we do like you to be as upright as possible for this. So try not to lay flat on the bed if you can help it. So there are lots of different positions on this board as well, which will really help you. Now, the reason we like you to be upright is because your pelvis, we like your pelvis to be nice and straight so that when you're upright, your baby's going to go straight down into your pelvis and the gravity will help with that as well. But as soon as you lie on your back, you're going to change the position of your pelvis and then it'll be much harder to push baby out because you're almost then pushing uphill to get baby out. So try and stay upright as much as you can. So you can either do that by squatting, or quite a common position is leaning over the side of the bed. So our beds are electronic on labour wards, so we can put the back right the way up. So you can pop your knees in the crease of the bed and just lean over the top of it. So again, that gravity helps you with that as well. Also, if you're using the birthing pool, because the birthing pools are quite deep, you do naturally have to be upright in them. So that will really also help you to push as well. So when you are confirmed to being fully dilated, which will either be through a vaginal examination or there's lots of external signs to tell that you're fully dilated, plus you'll probably know when you're fully dilated because the pressure of baby on your pelvic floor will make your body feel like it's automatically pushing on its own, even without you guiding and trying to do that as well. You'll find that your body is just naturally pushing when your baby's ready to be born. So what we do suggest is there are two ways to push your baby. You can either do that spontaneously, which is where you will just follow your body's instincts. So when your body decides that it's ready to push with each contraction, you will just go along with your body and work with your body. Or there's guided pushing, which is when the midwife can talk you through the pushing as well. So with guided pushing, we will figure out when you're starting to have a contraction. Either you'll tell us or we'll be able to see that on our heart rate monitoring, we can see that, or we can also pop our hand onto your tummy to feel when you are having a tightening. When you are having these tightenings, we do advise you to take a deep breath in, hold your breath, and then push down into your bottom. Now, the longer the pushes, the better. So try not to do really short pushes. When you're pushing, try to count to about 8 seconds in your head whilst you're pushing. And then you take that breath out and then you breathe in again. And we do like you to have at least 3 of these long pushes per contraction, ideally. Now, a lot of your pushing, baby is doing a lot of the movement internally, so we don't tend to see very much until right at the end of pushing. So please don't be worried if straight away you're not seeing anything or the midwife can't see anything, because we do tend to see towards the end, and it does take a little while for you to kind of recognise and get used to the way of pushing a baby out as well. So when you're pushing, what will be happening is your baby will start to go further and further and further into your pelvis. Now, the baby's head has different diameters and your pelvis has different diameters. So the biggest diameter of the head always has to be in the biggest diameter of the pelvis. So your baby is constantly rocking to fit through the pelvis. So some people do say that they can feel that. They can feel their baby moving down. They can feel their baby almost kind of burrowing or grinding down. And that's just your baby getting into the position. Now, it will get to a point where you've pushed so much that we do start to see the back of your baby's head, or the occiput we call it. That's the normal way that a baby is born. They're normally born looking down, but sometimes babies are looking up. That's no problem. So when we start to see your baby's head, it will keep advancing, hopefully, with those big pushes, and then it will get to a point where the biggest diameter of your baby's head is about to be delivered, and this is called crowning. Now, at this point, we do suggest you stop with those big pushes and you just try and breathe if you can, or pant. Now, this is just to slow down that process of the head coming out too quickly. What we do want is for your skin to stretch nicely so that baby doesn't come out in one big motion, because that's where you will get some tears. What we want is that skin to stretch nice and slowly, so we will guide you at that point to stop pushing, just to start breathing to slow down that process. As soon as baby's head is fully delivered, you then tend to find you have a bit of a break with your contractions. The midwife may well just check just to make sure the head is fully delivered and the chin isn't stuck inside. She may well just want to see if there is a cord around the neck at that point as well. And if there is, they tend to be quite loose, so we can just loop it over the head as well. When you then get your next contraction, you do another great big push, and this tends to release one of the shoulders, which will then deliver the rest of your baby. So you do tend to find it's the head that takes the longest amount of time, and the body will follow after that. And once your baby is fully delivered, we tend to put baby straight away onto your chest unless you tell us otherwise. If you don't want skin-to-skin contact straight away, please do let us know and we can always dry your baby off first. Thank you very much.